Welcome everyone, this is John from Southern Cross Online. Today we're going to be looking at an introductory video for Mortal Online, the MMORPG. We're going to start with a minor extracted character, and we're going to do that. First we're going to delete our current character. Alright, just so we can go through the creation step and how to the initial quest. Now it says here we're about to permanently delete our character. This cannot be undone. Are you sure you want to do this? Now one of the things that's important to note is that the first letter in the name has to be a capital. If we go through, and I've done lowercase m for Mystica, see how the yes box is not highlighted? One of the questions that came up in the forums for absolute brand new players was exactly this question. I'm trying to delete my character. I want to start another character, however when the yes button won't let me delete it, we need to capitalize the first letter. So capital M, and then all the rest can be lowercase, and then it says yes. So if your character isn't deleting, that's why. So then we pick yes, and we do that. Now we can create a new character. So we click on new. There are 4 species. This tutorial is more designed on a very linear approach to creating a minor extractor character. So rather than go through all the races, their strengths and that sort of thing, we're basically going to focus on the task at hand, which is creating a minor extractor character. For the minor extractor character, the forums or some posts on the forums say this race, OGHMIR, Ogmir, and the race within Ogmir, Clade, is actually Huaga. So we're going to create a pure Huaga for our minor extractor character. So I'll click next. Now we select the bloodlines. Without going into too much detail, we're going to make it a pure blood Huaga. Race or species, however you want to say that. Because it said on the previous screen species and then it said here race. Anyway, so then we go next. Now the age recommended on the forums for a minor extractor character is 60. So on your screen, when you're creating a character, you can pick 60, that's fine. I personally am going to pick around that age, 47. However, ideally it should be 60. So pick that. The size, it should be a fairly large size. Now, as we can read here, our starting attributes can be improved later. These are our starting attributes, however our age cannot change. So whatever age this character is, that's what it's going to stay at. And the size is very difficult to change, but it can be changed. So the only fixed part of this character will be the age. So I would suggest you pick 60, I'm going to pick 47 just for own reasons. I'm not exactly sure so much what the other stats are for. Again, it says they can go up and down, they can be improved later to the maximum values shown. The maximum values are shown in this bottom box here. Alright, so now we put in our character name. So we'll just pick that as our character name. And we're going to start in Tindrum. We can start in that city as well, Morinker. However, it says right here can be unsafe. This one says always guarded. So let's start in Tindrum. And click finish. Okay, so that's how we've now created the minor extractor character, or a character with stats and race that can perform that role reasonably okay. Okay, so it does have some help tips in the game, which is great. Normally what I did was when I first played, I skipped over this part. However, I've later learned that it's very important to read those instructions. So WSAD to move, spacebar to jump, left shift to sprint, which we'll look at later, R to interact, and Z to toggle the mouse. So I'll click OK to that. Alright. Now one of the things that we'll notice initially is that by moving the mouse left, this is moving the mouse left, and moving the mouse right, we can actually do that. It sort of pans or changes our direction from left to right. When we hold down W, and then we can move it that way, move it to left to actually turn to left. What we'll initially find very quickly is that we'll get to this. See how the cursor is moving to the right? However, this little point here, or the cursor point, is actually not moving. So we're working forward now, and we're moving our cursor over here. It's not turning to the right. If we walk forward and move our cursor over here, it's not turning to the left. The reason for that is we have some menu open of some description. In this case, we press I for inventory. Once we press I again to get that inventory off, yeah, our screen now moves around as per normal, as it should. Even if we don't press any key, if we're moving forward and the game won't turn left or allow us to turn right with the cursor, just press I to get the menu inventory on, and then I again to get it off. Or if it's a menu screen is already up there, usually I press I twice and it moves it back to this. So press R to talk to any NPC that are able to talk. Okay, and this is our first quest. Now, our first quest is to find a lost dagger. Alright, so we'll go through that. This is the initial quest chain for brand new players. There's some rabbits. The graphics actually look quite nice. So we hold down W and then hold down Shift. We actually sprint. This is the left shift key as well. We hold that down. Now as we're sprinting, if we stop for a moment, see how this bar is going up again? This middle bar is our stamina, this red bar is our health. I'm pretty sure this blue bar is our mana, used for spells. As we sprint, this orange bar will go all the way down to 0. A stamina, once that happens, then we can't sprint anymore, we have to walk normally. Just walk at a normal pace. Okay, so this person is the next part of the quest chain. We're going to talk to that person. R to talk. Press R. So yes, we are looking for the dagger. Okay, and this is a quest chain that's kind of favor for a favor. We want something from them and they want something from us. So that's essentially what that is. Okay, what do you need? So we're going to need some well-cut leather. The quests in this game, these initial quests, are actually designed to help us do basic functions within the game, which is nice. So we'll do that. Okay, but how do I skin the hide? Again, here's another help box with text. So we can open our inventory. Do that right now. So press I, right click on the sword to equip it. So I've done that. And then we'll X that window. We then press X to draw our sword. We do left mouse button to strike and right mouse button to block. To loot a corpse, target it, and then press R. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna we've been told our quest details, and that is to kill and skin pigs to get 16 full grain leather. Okay, so we're gonna collect our full grain leather. So we just point at the pig, and then we left click. If we ever want to access the skills and put skills on our hotbar, what we do is I press I for inventory. This brings up this bottom bar as well. I then left click on skills, or you can press L, it says. Then we can click and drag whatever skill we want over to this hotbar key. One of the things we are going to need is butchery. One of the questions that turned up on the forum as well for a brand new player in this game was, how do I butcher the meat for the leather to obtain the leather in the first quest? This is how we do it. Now we can then left click on this skill. We move the carcasses into the resource spot and we click extract. It does take a little bit to do. So there's a slight time delay. However, there we go. We have 53 full grain leather, some pig meat, and some bone tissue. We'll now return to the person that we were at before. And we can sprint there. Okay, now the character wants us to make a robe. Take some of this cotton. Okay, they've given us cotton, this NPC, in our inventory. Yes, we have enough cotton. Now we're going to go make the heavy robe, torso and leggings. We'll just sprint there for a bit. Now with this Tindrum city, as soon as we have finished these initial quests and we go through the gate, you'll know it when you see the gate into the main part of the city. Immediately look on the internet for a map of Tindrum. This city is extremely big and it is exceptionally easy to get lost in it. This is an armor workbench. What I'll do is I'll press the I key just so we can move our cursor around here. Learn about crafting.
Completely open and unrestricted. There are no set recipes like in other MMORPGs. You can combine items.
Oh, okay, it's doing a speech as well. That's fine.
Giving millions of unique crafted weapons and armor. The best weapons and armor available are player crafted, and
there are no set recipes. Okay, fair enough. You can combine the materials in any combination you like. That's nice also.
To begin crafting, you must first find and use a crafting
To begin crafting,
armor tables here. By combining learned equipment types and pieces with a huge array of different materials,
do that.
you can create almost anything that you can imagine. There are no tiers of materials, only different
As we can see, we can't sort of
spongewood,
craft something exactly where we're standing in another area of the game, as we might be able to do with other MMORPGs. We actually have to find a crafting table to craft things. So press R to craft. We wanted to make heavy robe, and that's excellent. It tells us move your full grain leather to the primary material site and the cotton to the support material. Primary material is that one, and then support material, which is that one. Then change armor slot from helmet to torso. torso and press craft item. Alright, there we have a heavy robe torso. Now change armor slot to leggings. So we click on leggings, which is there. Okay, I didn't notice that. However, the two sliders represent how much of the item you want to use. At this time, keep them at the very left. That's fine. So we still have that in there, we still have that in there. We're not going to use extra material. And we're going to craft leggings. Excellent, that is our first crafting session for the game. Now we'll turn around. Again, if our cursor isn't moving, like here, just press I to get out of our inventory menu. Or if the cursor isn't moving for any reason, just press I. See if that fixes it. If it doesn't, then press I again and it should. So back at this NPC, press R. Excellent. So we've given them... Okay, we've given this NPC what they wanted. Therefore the next step of the chain is to talk to this next person. At the same time, during this quest line, we have learnt how to use the butchery skill, how to enter combat, how to equip our weapon, how to craft an item at the crafting tables. So we'll talk to them. Okay, press R to talk. He says he will give us a dagger if we do something first for him. Does that sound familiar? It's like a favour for favour questline. Pet rabbit had an accident and need another pet rabbit. So we'll do that, yes. Look around for a rabbit. Once it has been located, open our skill book and drag the taming icon to the action bar. Target the rabbit and click the taming icon to start taming. Okay, let's look for a rabbit. So taming, so we click and drag over to there, press escape. So to do that, what we did was we pressed L key, that brings up our skills section, then we left click and drag the skill that we want to put on the hotbar onto there, and then we can press escape. We target the rabbit, and then we can press the number 3 character, and that will start taming this rabbit. Excellent. So now we have a rabbit that is tamed. So press R to talk. Okay, so this is the last part of the tutorial. After this we will be on our own. Hunting for weaker animals to do some mining and lumberjacking. Okay. We should... Okay, it says talk to the captain of the guard. So the captain of the guard basically guards the gate. And we want to talk to him. There is fall damage in this game, so just be careful of it. If we want to actually gain some hit points back, once we have moved our sleep action or skill onto our toolbar, we can actually sleep to gain back hit points. So if we press 2, because that's on this toolbar, it says right here number 2 key on the keyboard. So we just press that, and if we're out of combat, then we will go to sleep for a while. Now we're sleeping and we're gaining hit points back. This is an easy way to regain hit points. However, if we're in a combat situation, we cannot sleep while we're in the combat mode by pressing the X key. We have to be out of combat. If we want to get up from our sleep again, we just press the W key and then we can move again. Oh, there's a nice little dog. I don't remember seeing that before. And so we press R. We can learn about life. Let's click on that. Always in danger. Oh, very encouraging message. Always in danger. Violent action may still be taken against us. It's a full loot MMO, which we mentioned. Thus, every item we're wearing or carrying upon death is dropped to the ground in our loot bag. Each town has one or more bank where we can store our valuables. Okay, so we are. There we go. R to interact. Open the gate. Oh, I hear you're responsible for returning my dagger, so we're looking for the dagger for this guy. Okay. Not that we get a dagger. But maybe he... No, we get silver coin. Okay, we don't have a class as such. However, we can select any lots of skills. While many skills are presented now, they are a tiny example of what is possible. Okay, this is a template. A skill set, basically a template. This says if you pick this, one of these, it will train us, or it'll level our skills to an initial level that is suitable for this performing this function. We can go through those later. Another time. Weaponsmith, however, tamer breeder. Even possibly tamer breeders may be able to generate income through that skill with not needing so much input. I think this one, Slag Hauler, is the best. As we mentioned, the first character should be a miner extractor, or as it's said here, a slag hauler. Gather stone, extract its ore, and refines it into metals. That should very possibly be our first character each time. Definitely our first character if we're starting in this game for the first time. Okay, so we have done that. He has opened the gate. See, the gate's no longer there. And we can walk through the gate, or run through the gate. Let's do that. We have basically finished the beginner tutorial. This is the gatekeeper. Once we go out of here, that gate will actually close. It hasn't closed yet. However, we will find that closes. To get back into this garden area, as it's known, open the gate. So left click, open the gate. Goodbye, and then we can go through again. I personally will very likely be spending a lot of time in this garden area. Because there are pigs to kill and get leather from and generate cash. This is known as Tindrum Garden, as we can see there. Tindrum Garden. Now there is not an in-game map. You may have noticed there's no map here. Usually it's around this area in MMOs. I think the Model Online game is an excellent game. I think there is a lot of complexity to it, a lot of variety in gameplay. I would recommend it as a MMO to try. The initial interface, learning it can be slightly daunting. However, persevere with it is my recommendation. And I hope this video has helped. Thank you for watching this gameplay video. I hope you all have a great day.